Welcome back to Don't Run with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins, four crazy rescue dogs, rescue cat, and rescue guinea pig, who likes to craft in her spare time, has graduated with her degree in sign language interpreting, and has got trying to train for Ironman. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. It sends me a message. It boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem, and I could use that. And if you are returning, grab your drink. You already know the crazy you're in for. So, yeah. Sit on back and let's have at it. I'm getting sick again. I don't know who's surprised. I'm not anymore. Like, really and truly, I'm over it. I don't know how I could be getting sick unless it's weather. If it's sinuses, which it likely is the way it feels, Thursday it rained and stuff. Friday it was beautiful and sunny, which thank God, because I drove to Fort Wayne and back. Yesterday it started to rain, and today it's snowed already. So I'm gonna guess this is sinuses and allergies. But it is kicking me in the rear. But like, it can't be anything bacterial because I'm literally on 500 milligrams of Keflex 3 times a day for my face. So it can't be. Like, seriously, nothing can survive that. Like, got a lot of stuff done last week. Not nearly everything. That's life. Honestly, I enjoyed some downtime. I really and truly, I just enjoyed some downtime. Next week, this next week is not a rough week. The following week will be another rough, in court quite a bit. Which means that this week I've got to get certain things done and paperwork done. But guess who got a call from the provost office at our college? This girl. Yeah, so I have been selected as one of the final candidates to do our graduation announcement, our graduation student speaker speech. And so Tuesday, I am interviewing with the provost committee. Y'all send good juju. I want this so, like, it would just be an amazing thing. So I'm super excited, super nervous. So yeah. So on Friday, we have a lot to talk about. So on Friday, I drove down to Fort Wayne, Indiana to pick up my ex-husband's car. Because why? Because I am because I'm a sucker. Because I am a pushover and because I have trouble with boundaries. And I want to help people, even people who really I shouldn't be bothering with. But before I left for out of town on Thursday, I got a lovely package. Okay. I am so spoiled. I really am spoiled by my friends. I have amazing friends, even friends I have not met in person. And Friday, we were hoping to meet up, Janet and I. It just did not work out. She's out of town. She was out of town. I hope you had a great trip, Janet. I really and truly, I do hope that. But we also realized that our drive to meet each other is not, it's doable in one day and back. Like, absolutely. So, I know that in the fall, early part of winter, Janet is doing a one-day Stitch-a-Jiggy at her Union Hall. And so I'm going to make it a point to drive down there for that. But hopefully, we're talking about maybe meeting up in Findlay, Ohio at one of the stitchy shops there or whatever. But I got the most amazing package, and I smiled. Hang on one second. Lizzie wants me. Hang on. Okay. So I drove down on Friday. Okay. So, anyways, so I got a package from Janet because Janet is amazing, and I don't know why she feels the need to spoil me, but I am very grateful and cannot thank her enough for the surprise that came in my mailbox. And you will see that I have already put them to use. Those of you who know that I am stitching stockings for both of the twins. And we joke that William, my son's name is William, but the pattern that I'm using is from Busilla. It's an old Busilla kit. And so we joke that it's Vanessa's stocking. And I kept it in the package in the plastic bag that it comes in the wrapper. And I'm like, every week, I'm like, I should sew a project bag for this. I know I can sew a project bag. I don't know what fabric I would use. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I could order one. And I have not. And in the mail, I love this fabric. This fabric is just so amazing. I've never seen this fabric. I am going to guess. It did not say. And I've looked. There's no label. I'm going to guess it's a Lynn X stitch bag because it's got the she always does the cute little fabric covered matching button with the ribbon. That's her thing. I have I have one of her other bags. It's a Ruth Bader Ginsburg bag. I don't know where Lynn sources her fabrics, but they are amazing. And this is no exception. Okay, so don't look at my stitching yet because we're going to talk about that in a minute. Look at this. Look at this. Is this not just... This is fantastic. I love this fabric so much. It's quirky. It's unique. It is just gorgeous. And inside is this beautiful Gearson Christmas fabric. Like, really and truly, it's gorgeous Christmas fabric. And as if that was not enough, and it 120,000 bazillion times is enough, she sent me a second one in that bag. It is now I have some of this fabric. In fact, I've made bean pillowcases with the fabric. And it's amazing. It's girl chemist. It's girl scientist. And what more could I love put packages, like things that I'm stitching for my daughter in? If that doesn't reek of bean, like the only other fabric that would have been better, like just as good, not better, it would have been just as good, is little girls with dogs or animals, just all the animals. And again, I think it's look at the prototype. Like she's put the little. I mean, but this inside fabric is totally new to me. I've never seen this one. I've seen similar, but never this one. I love these bags so much. So I have started to, and then she sent me floss drops with the little ring, and I have started to put the flosses for bean stocking, which I'm gonna hopefully start this next week because it is one of my Whipco pulls. I started to put bean stocking flosses on here, and I'm just I'm so in love with both these bags, and it just makes me happy. It just brings me joy. And Janet, I can't thank you enough. Like I can't thank you enough. I am in love with them. I am in love with them, in case you cannot tell. Okay, so that said, I got to go to the stitchy shop down in, and it is called Stitches and Frames. Stitches and Frames. Stitches and Frames. And I went in there with the idea that I wanted to buy fabric for 4th of July rules and fabric for my gift to stitch for Joyce. And then, whatever else floated my boat. There is one that, but I had like in my brain, I didn't want to go over a certain amount of dollars because I easily could have. That is an adorable shop. And I got to meet the shop owner, who was just so sweet and so kind. And she just lost her husband, like in the last couple weeks. And so, yeah, but she was just, at the end of the visit with her and our little chatting back and forth, I literally, like, I wanted to hug her. And I'm not, like, I'm a hugger for people I know, but, like, I'm not a hugger to strangers. But I just wanted to hug her. Now, I did not, because that was probably kind of freaky. That probably would have freaked her out, like some strange woman from Michigan hugging her. What was funny was I walked in and I saw another friend of mine who lives here in Michigan, and we don't ever get together up here for some reason. Like, it just doesn't happen. But I walked in and I hear, and I'm like, and I go, oh, the first thing on her table, and she has to order more of them. And I don't know who it's by, but it's the word believe. And she did it on this mottled smoky gray, all in whites. And it was stunning. And it's one that when I go back, or I may call her and I may order it because I like, and I may order it totally kitted up because it was stunning. It was one of those where you're like, ooh, that's gorgeous. So I'm looking at that, and then I looked at one that had dogs on it. Of course, dogs. And all of a sudden I hear Kelly. And I was like, yes. It's my friend from Michigan who was down there because her husband was working in Fort Wayne. You never, but like I didn't even like think twice, like who is, and I'm like, who is this? Because it was so out of place. Like they weren't where they were supposed to be. Do you ever have like those kind of people like, what are you like? It's kind of like when little kids see their teachers out and about town. Like, what? Like, you're supposed to be in the school. It was one of those moments. So it was kind of funny. The other one that I really wanted that I did not get is a Bent Creek, and I forget what it's the Snappers. Believe it or not, it's the Red Thread Snapper series. I think that's the piece I want to end up stitching for Jasmine. I think the boy child. So, I what? Uptown. Um. So I got some things. So let's talk about them. Lizzie, quiet. Okay. So they do a freebie table, which was really cool. So I went through there and I ended up pulling two things from the freebie table. Okay, because hello, they're so cute. It's an entire like Lizzie. It's the entire kit. Floss, fabric. Well, before I say floss, I shouldn't say that. All the fabric is in there. It is in there. All the floss is in there. The fabric's in there. The specialty floss, because um, even in there is the finishing board and the finishing fabric. What? So I'm super excited about those. Do I know where I'm going to start them? I don't. The fabric reminds me of a stiffer version of, it's a stiffer version of what Bat and Cake uses for their sheet kit. I'm not gonna, okay. And then there's Santa's hat. And Santa's hat is stitched with red tinsley stuff too. Oh, because it's like checkerboarded. So it's like Some of the squares are fuzzy and checkerboarded, and some of them aren't. But it's got the 3 little gold buttons and all of that. Now, this one's got. Now it looks like the finishing is on like a little. It's on like a little. I don't know if you can tell. It's actually like a little green pouch. All of that stuff is in there. Am I going to finish it on a pouch? No. But I thought this would make a great ornament. Okay. So then they also have a little sales table. I picked up this one. Are we surprised? Not at all. I love this. Of course. So this will get done and eventually, probably in the year 2050,000 of our Lord and Savior, to hang on my beach wall. Okay. So then I ended up picking up, this was the last of the Celtic ladies in the series that I did not have, and that's winter, because I had debated whether I wanted to do winter since I had Noelle. You know what? Just, yeah. Because Noelle, I'm doing the mashup with. So when I do her, I'll do a conversion. I've seen a couple conversions on her. But yay. So now I have all of the Celtic ladies all 4 seasons, plus Noelle. Okay. So then I've been wanting these. And I thought, what the heck? Might as well grab the first 2. And I grabbed, as soon as you see them, you're going to be like, duh. Of course she did. Of course she'd grab those 2. I want to actually stitch even the Christmas series, but I wanted, I fell in love with the Beach Boardwalk series from Country Cottage Needleworks. I think it's also a series of 9. I think I'm going to end up stitching this on. I got to see if it's enough to do all 9 of them. That will be the determining factor of the, I haven't put it away. Glacier in a 36 count linen from Be Stitch Me. Because I think it reminds me of the sky. And I'll do a floss test, so I may end up doing some. For now, I'm going to do a floss toss with the DMC, although I may spring for. I may look and see how many of them. Like, I don't ever do, like, if there's a fancy floss white, it's usually not modeled, so it's like, whatever, I'll use, DMC. Same thing with a lot of the blacks. There's not enough, but they don't have them. So I may end up doing, I may end up springing for the fancy floss. But anyways, I ended up getting the bike shop. The bike shop. I can't help it. The bike shop. And the ice cream shop. And if you know me, you know that these were, of course, the first 2. So I'm super excited about that. So again, I'm going to see if this is a fat half, because it's 18 by 27. A little bit more than a fat half, a fat 8, fat quarter. It's a fat quarter, I think. That would be. No. Yeah, it's a big fat quarter. So I'm going to, I don't know that it will be big enough. I'm not opposed to ordering more of this, obviously. My fear with doing that is that the die lots might be slightly different, and I want them all to be. So that's why I got to do some mathing. We all know I don't like to math. The other thing that I grabbed down there, and I have no idea, because we didn't write out a little tag, but I did get the light taupe to start 4th of July rules. So now I just need to pull the DMC. So that was my haul. So that's one day it will get put away. For right now, it's gonna go there in my stack. I hope this is allergies, and I hope this goes away before Tuesday. Okay. So today I worked on my son's stocking enough that, by the way, if you have a Sam's Club or a Costco and you are not buying the rotisserie chickens, you are missing out because they're like $5 for a cooked whole chicken, and they're big old chickens. And so, like, we're doing those for dinner, and then I'll have leftovers. Um, and like a can of green beans and stuff. It is the super simplest, tasty, easy meal. And sometimes I do them with like the bag salad mixes on days where I'm just kind of tired. So, okay. So, in my Janet bag is Vanessa's stocking. I needed to stitch 200 stitches to be able to cross off my January whipco call. We don't judge here. And we did it. I am almost to the other side of the bow. That is one ginormous bow. So we got that done today. So yay! I think that means that I have finished January's finally. Yes. So I have officially finished January with Go, and I'm now working on February. It's progress. It's progress. Um, so one of my February goals is The Wonders of the Solar System by Climbing Goats Design. They're based out of the UK. They do amazing space. She's doing a sale this year right now of dragons. It's like the Dragons Field Guide. It's amazing. Um, it does help having them on the floss drops in numerical order rather than just random bobbins thrown in there. So what I have figured out is to make it to so that number wise, I'm on track to finish when I finish the next Whip Ghost call of this. I'll be at the point where in those 10 days again, if each one of my 10 squares in that block in that number get called, if each one of them is 423 stitches, then I will finish it in the 20 times it's called, or the 2 times it's called. In order to do that, I have to finish the sun and whatever this planet is. Don't ask. I think. And then I have this asteroid done, so I'll likely just go ahead and fill in this one. Which then will just leave us, if I do that, then that will leave us Jupiter and Saturn, Pluto and Uranus, and some asteroid and the comet. I also realized that in doing the floss drops and putting them in order, I was missing one of the oranges. So yesterday, I took my son. So yesterday we cleaned out and organized I have like a porch area on my place, and it was just so disorganized and stuff. So we went through that and cleaned that out, and holy cow, you can actually really and truly I could probably put a couch out there. And there's so much room out there now, it's crazy. So I took this and I took Rosie. Now I did not end up working on this, but we did pick up the floss that I was missing to finish the sun. So the sun is almost done. It's what I'll work on soon. So the sun hopefully will be done today. And then I can move on to whatever. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Bean would know. And when it came out month by month, you'd get the month planet and then the map of where it would go on the chart. But she would tell you what planet it is and give you a bunch of information. But when I loaded in Pattern Keeper, I only loaded the one page, the finished part. So I don't know. So there we are. So hopefully the next time you see this, I will be just about done with even the the gray planet. Although it might be shades of greenish gray. I don't know. But hopefully we'll be able to cross off that WIPCO goal, that February goal. Because I also have to do Santa's travels for February. And then we still have March. And in just a few more days, in just 8 more days, she's going to call April's. But here's why I'm behind it. I have zero regrets. I have a huge finish, you guys. Huge finish. And if you're on my Instagram or if you're in any of the groups that I am in, like with Warriors or whatever, you have seen it. Last night, just before midnight, like literally like 3 minutes before midnight, I finished Rosie. And I will tell you that this morning when I picked up my stitching, I was kind of like, it's kind of weird not to work on her. So she's a little damp because I washed her. But y'all, she's done. She is by far the most stitches I have ever put in one cross stitch. She has got way more stitches than the Marine Corps emblem, and the Marine Corps emblem right now would be probably the next biggest piece I've done, like, and completed. Now, that said, if you counted all the mishaps with the Marine Corps emblem and having to restart it in Frog, the Marine Corps emblem may actually be bigger. But Rosie, I started her on February 5th of 2023. She's 63,240 stitches. I did her on 20 count Ada, 2/1, with just DMC. I designed this pattern myself. I did a photo conversion using WinStitch. So yeah. I washed her this morning, and a lot of the curl, believe it or not, it's out. She could use a good pressing, and now the search is on to find the right frame. I my friend wants glass on her, which is fine. And we both agreed that we would like something like reclaimed barwood as far as the frame. So if you have any ideas that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, she's so pretty. So this next week, my goal is to try and get closer to being to get the excuse me. Is to do obviously court work first and stuff. But then right now we still need to work on the planet cell. We still need to work on Barbara Anna's Santa's travels. Beanstalking was a March call, and then the picture of Kay and Dennis. Now, Kay and Dennis's picture will now become my overall big focus. I think, and then I'd like to also pull summertime and add that in because I would really like to have summertime done by mid-June when we go to StitchCon, because that would mark the 2-year anniversary of that piece, of working on that piece. So, and it's not like it's got a ton left to do. yeah, so I don't know. We'll just keep pushing through more projects. Like I said, it's kind of weird to have Rosie done. If anybody should have the Bent Creek patterns, the ties that bind us, and might want to loan them to me so I don't have to spend $97 on patterns, that would be great, because that's a lot of money. The other thing is I need to finalize my registration to sit for the EIPA. I know I'm not going to score a 4.0 on it. I know that. I'm using that as sort of a practice test, although it's an expensive practice test. It's like $350 for that practice test. So yeah, Stephanie and I are going to sell this. I think there's a couple of other people who are going to. I think there may actually be a hashtag already. So we have not picked an official start date. Now that I have my fabric, that makes it a lot easier because I'm sure I have at least some of the DMCs. If not, I probably have them all, but whatever. It's just I have to find a better way to organize my floss. I'm really bad about that. I don't like putting it away. I especially don't like putting away bobbins. Right now I have a huge ring of them on floss drops that are not in order. And so I may pay one of the kids like $20 to put them in numerical order. Once that is done, it will make it a lot easier to access those. So yeah. Oh, and then when I was at Stitch and Frames, I ordered the fabric for our shepherd's flock. So that they said it would take about 2 weeks to get in. That's fine. That gives me 2 weeks to do other stuff. So I need to update my spreadsheets or my Word docs. And yeah. So that's all I got. That's all I got. Like I said, I hope this is okay. YouTube, do your thing. Make this my screen grab because she's gorgeous. Is she perfect? Nope. Nope. Is she perfect enough? Absolutely. She's stunning. So yeah. So remember, you are smart. You are brave. You are cherished. You are loved. You are beautiful. You are wanted. You are needed. But most importantly, you matter. So, that, I love you all. See you later.